Yo, what is up everybody? It's T-Eats here, and I'm bringing you guys another World of Warcraft gold guide. Now for this guide, we're going to be at zul'gurub in Northern Stranglethorn. Everyone probably knows where it's at, just a quick refresher right there. The entrance is right where my guy is, and we're going to head on in. Now as you can tell by the title of this video, this is a volatile farm, and it is so great because it is instant. So once you enter the dungeon, just go ahead and jump over here to the left. I'd advise mounting up unless you're like a demon hunter and you can travel here really quickly, and it's right by the entrance. You just come over here, you see this hive queen, you target her. I taunt her just to pull her out of the water, then you one-shot her, loot her, and now what she drops is these hive combs. Now this is really what you're going after. When you open these, you get Twilight Jasmine, you get Volatile Life, and you get Volatile Air. Now you're only going to be getting Volatile Life and Volatile Air, but I'll show you how you can change that in just a little bit. And then the main key point of this being an instance dungeon is there is no competition, but you can only run it 10 times in an hour. So make sure to if you're planning on running dungeons later or anything, don't waste them on this. And to reset, you just run out like I just showed you. You go to reset all instances on your character frame and run back in. Now what the reset does is it makes it to where all mobs other than bosses respawn, and that includes the hive queen, because she is technically a mini boss, so to say, or just kind of a rare spawn, I guess. I don't really know what you'd call her, but she does respawn. You come back over here, you taunt her over again, you one-shot her, and you loot it again. And like I said, you can do this up to 10 times in an hour, so make sure not to be doing this if you plan on running any dungeons later with your guild or something like that. Or if there's another dungeon you want to run to farm, make sure you know that you can only do one of them 10 times. Now what I'm going to do now is we're going to go ahead and fast forward through the next 8 runs, and then I'll show you guys our totals. So as you can all see, we just killed her for the 10th time. I'm about to open the last Hive Queen's Honeycomb. I just wanted to point out that the Hive Queen Honeycomb, it drops the Twilight Jasmine, the Volatile Life, and the Volatile Air. And it's in increments of 4 to 6 per. So we're going to go ahead and open the last one and see what our totals are. So we got 53 of the Twilight Jasmine, and like I've said, this farm really isn't about that. That's just a nice little bonus. And we got 48 of the Volatile Life and 52 of the Volatile Air, so that's really not a bad run. On top of those, we also got just a BOE green, not a very good MOG or anything. I'm not going to factor that into the totals, but just so you know that you can get a few other drops. Now, I mentioned at the beginning of the video, this is a volatile farm, considering all volatiles, but if you've noticed, we've only gotten Volatile Lives and Volatile Airs. Now, the reason for this being is there's a little spell called Transmute Living Elements for Alchemists, and I actually don't have an Alchemist at this time, so I'm just going to have to show you on the screen. And what that does, with 15 of Volatile Lives, you can turn them into 14 to 16 of a random volatile other than Volatile Life. So that's a good way to just get a lot of volatiles really quickly and really easily. To interject real quick, I actually forgot to mention that if you use Transmute Living Elements in Mount Hajal, it's guaranteed to give you Volatile Fire. If you use it in Vashir, it's guaranteed to give you Volatile Water. If you use it in Deepholm, it's guaranteed to give you Volatile Earth. And if you use it in Oldham, it is guaranteed to give you Volatile Air. That way you can kind of dictate which volatiles you're going after, and you can get only those volatiles. On top of this, if you are a Transmutation Alchemist, you will get a bonus amount of volatiles, so you could potentially get more than the cap of 16 if you are not. And I believe that's all I forgot to mention, so let's go ahead and get back to the farm. Now, it's not a very prolonged farm. I mean, this took me 10 minutes, so it's not going to keep you busy for a long time. But if you really just want to go out and get a few quick volatiles and craft whatever you're trying to make, this is by far the best farm, especially for selling these on the auction house, which is primarily what I'm doing right now. And then, like I said, the Twilight Jasmine, that's also just a nice little bonus you can sell in the auction house. Now, before we leave the instance, I just want to point out something else real quick. There are 2 mounts that can drop on zul'gurub, but if you do kill these bosses, it is on a daily cooldown. The first one drops at the Temple of Ethek from High Priestess Kilnara. She drops the Swift Zulian Panther. And the second one drops in Mandakir's Domain from Bloodlord Mandakir. He drops the Armored Razashi Raptor. Now, those are both 2 pretty nice mounts, and they are on a daily cooldown, so normally what I do is I'll run through this 10 times, and after the 10th kill, I'll go and kill both those guys and hopefully get the mounts. And that's just kind of something to throw in there at the end, a little bit of extra thing to do. So now that we are done with the farm, we are back in Orgrimmar to calculate our totals. Before we get going, I really want to preface this with two quick things. The first one, we're using the TSM global market averages for these. They're personally selling for a lot more on my realm, so I should be making a good chunk more than this. However, your realm might be a bit lower than this or a bit higher. It just kind of depends. And secondly, I'd like to point out that I will be rounding down these numbers. For instance, the Twilight Jasmine average is 6 gold, 50 silver. We're going to be calculating it at 6 gold solely, just to kind of give ourselves a little bit more of a handicap to show how quick of a farm this is and how potentially worthwhile it is. With 53 Twilight Jasmine at around 6 gold apiece, we're getting 318 gold for that total. Additionally, 52 Volatile Air at 34 gold apiece comes out to 1,768 gold. And lastly, 48 Volatile Life at 24 gold apiece comes out to 1,152 gold. Also, just for a little bit of extra information, that helmet is selling for about 75 gold average. Not factoring that into the total, just figured I should mention that. So after calculating, this comes out to a market average of 3,238 gold for legitimately 10 minutes of farming. Now, like I said, your realm might be making a little bit less. Personally, mine's making a lot more. So I would advise checking it, make sure it's still worthwhile. But regardless, it's 10 minutes of your time. If you've only got 10 minutes to log on and you've already got all your dailies done, this would be a great way to spend those 10 minutes. Just a really good and quick and easy farm. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you guys learned something from it. And I hope to see you guys in my next video. Peace!